It's red.
It's red.
A little sipski.
I'm drinking this because I'm not giving fucking Yingling no extra.
They don't have Yingling in LA.
I know, that's crazy, right?
Crazy.
Start seeing weird shit when you go out there. It's like, well, shit that you don't see.
Yeah.
Well, shit that you see here, you don't see it out there. I remember first time going to LA, I was like, I went to the store and I seen so much like Spanish shit.
Oh, I had so much Mexican food when we were out there.
It was like, damn, like, this is crazy. So much Spanish food here. Over here, you gotta go like to a Spanish actual like store.
Yeah, I guess.
Just random. It's not even shit that I use or eat. It's just you're just seeing it. Like, oh, what the fuck is this doing in here? And then you remember, like, oh,
I love
shit.
the Spanish food.
That's because it's fucking big. Spanish
I love Mexican food.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that shit smacks.
I guess we just jumped right into it.
I guess so.
But welcome to the new Connected Sound podcast type thing. So this is going to be called the JTR podcast with Juice, Tanner, and Rello. Juice and I were on a shoot the one day, and him and I were talking about doing something like this, and we were like, well, should we add a third person? We were trying to come up with somebody, and then he was like, well, why don't we just add Rello to it? And I was like, oh, that actually makes perfect sense. I don't know why we didn't think about that, because I feel like we all have a good dynamic, like as is, just naturally. So I think we all thought it would work well with this. And we were trying to come up with an acronym for JTR as well as just our names. And like Juice and I were working on one, and then he just goes out of nowhere. He's like, just taking risks. And I was like, that
I ain't
gonna
lie, I snapped.
He snapped. And it was perfect because I feel like that really embodies like who us three are as well. And that's the best part about it.
For sure. Most definitely. And then, who hit me up? You hit me up?
I texted him immediately. Well, I tried to call him and he didn't pick up per usual. But but then I just texted him.
I'm a tad bougie
like
with the phone.
JTR in all caps, and then Juice Tanner Rello, comma, just taking risks podcast, we have to do it, or something like that. And he was like, down.
I was like, let's do it. Well, I've been wanting to I like having different people on the podcast in general, and being able to talk with different people. And with just having a podcast with just me, it makes it difficult to have a guest every time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's essentially I don't have to do that if I have co-host. You feel what I'm saying?
We are the co-hosts.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind of all co-hosts.
Yeah, we all are each other's co-hosts for the most part. You know what I mean? Because we all coming together, making like, what's that like cartoon where they put their like fist in? Is that Power Rangers or was that something
I think
else?
they might have done it in Power Rangers.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what we're doing.
Oh yeah, actually they did to make the Megazord. I think they did do that or something like that. I don't know. There was whenever they make the big robot thing, it was called the Megazord.
Yeah, well that's what I feel like we're doing.
This is the Megazord podcast.
Yeah, we're just putting, you know what I mean? We're just coming together, making it dope, and it's good that we all have different perspectives. And we all do something different within basically the same industries.
Yeah, right.
Facts. I think what our main goal is going to be is to provide y'all with insight about like what each of us do and what y'all can do if you want to get into it. Like what struggles we had along the way, and just like what we did to get better, what we're still doing to get better. Just learning along the way. Use our mistakes to learn yourself and try not to make those same mistakes, but sometimes you got to make them to learn.
Yeah,
real shit.
What we want to talk about first? We have no script, by the way. Sometimes that's the best. That's the best time.
Yeah, I had a couple ideas ahead of time, but I mean that was the first thing I wanted to do just to let people know what was going on. But now I wanted to talk about because I don't think I know how y'all got into DJing. And for those of y'all watching, also I would assume you guys know what we all do. Rello's a DJ, Juice is a photographer, I'm a videographer. But yeah, I don't know how Rello started DJing. So I mean, I want us to each go around and kind of tell y'all about how we got into it.
I started DJing I got a lot of family. I have two cousins that are older than me. they're big DJs in the area. So I've always like grew up like seeing them in bars and clubs and just doing gigs. But I was one of those type of dudes. I was a house party type of guy. Anytime my mom would leave, I would have a house party. Every time. I would have so many people just packed in my mom's house. And it kind of started with, like I said, seeing my older cousins DJing. But me DJing like these house parties, I wasn't like DJing with turntables. But this is like right when like the iPods are starting to get big. So I would just have all the music already, put it on my iPod, put it in certain playlists, invite everybody. I'll have one big ass speaker, put it in the corner, just bump all night.
Just got to know what the people like.
That's all I would do.
I think that's one of the most important things about being a DJ, which is something I would be horrible at because I don't know what kind of music people really like, but you got to really be in tune with that.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, me always listen to what other people listen to. Like, if I get in a car with Juice, I'm not going to be one of those type of people that's like, yo, man, let me get the aux. I want to listen to what he's listening to. Mm-hmm. And I want to hear, okay, I've heard this before. I haven't heard this. I have heard this. Anything I haven't heard that I feel like is, like, nice. Some stuff I want to add to, like, my listening playlist.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But sometimes I'll hear things that I'm like, damn, I like that song to, like, play like out somewhere, and I'll add that to like that sort of playlist. So I'm always listening to like different people, everybody's like personal playlists. It might not actually be a playlist, but if I go and I listen to what you're playing for an hour, that's a 10-inch playlist. You know what I'm saying?
I think mine normally consists of like random SoundCloud finds or like friends' music or just like artists I work with in general. I don't think a lot of people normally would want me to have aux, but I guess that's the other thing about DJing. You don't have to play what you like. You got to play you got to cater to your audience. Yeah. That's the same thing that all three of us do. Like, I mean, a majority of the time, somebody would come to me or Juice because they like our style with video and photo. Mm-hmm. So in that case, it's a little different, but you should also try to cater to what that person likes. Yeah. With the product you're giving them. Yeah. Same thing as playing the music for people.
Yeah. I love it. I love going and just reading the crowd, seeing who's there, and be like, okay, I never met these people, but I know what they like to listen to, and then to be like, okay, I'm about to play this, play it, and then you see them dancing, like, I knew it. I knew you was gonna like this, and it just gives you more motivation. Like, all right, it's like a game. Like, I can't wait to play the next song. Like, let's see if they liking this one too.
So, do you normally have some songs in mind before you get to a spot, or do you feel it out whenever you get there?
Definitely. I'll have like a general like sort of playlist that like songs that I'm thinking I'm going to want to play, and then I'll read the crowd and just go from there. Mm-hmm. And I'm always good with requests. Like, as long as it's not like too late in the night and I'm like in my groove, I'll take a request. All you're doing is just helping my job. It's easier. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And normally people don't request bad stuff. They really don't.
Yeah.
People will request a song most likely that you're already going to play or be like, oh yeah, I got that in my library. I wasn't going to play that, but if y'all like that here, I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
And you'll play it and they'll turn up and they'll be like, damn.
Yeah.
They put me on.
It's always good because that gives a lasting impression on those people too. Yeah. Especially if they pick a good one for the other people, then why not just throw it in there?
Yeah, for sure. Right. Yeah. How you start?
Yeah.
Taking pictures.
All right. Well, I randomly came upon a camera when I was living in Atlanta, and I kind of just played around with it for like 2 years.
Hold on.
How do you sound in the headphones?
You randomly.
How do you sound in the headphones with a layer of hoodie over it?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, it's like.
And you randomly came upon a camera. Hold on, bro. No. I know what happened. This is what happened, bro. You remember when Lil Xan wanted to be a photographer and he got his camera stolen at the DJ booth? That was actually Juice. He was the one that killed Lil Xan's photography career.
No. No, I worked at a moving company, and a a lot of people would just throw out random shit, and this one dude was throwing out a Canon, like a vintage Canon camera.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked that up, and I just took it with me. And I started using that, just doing film shit at first, but then I just stopped.
Yeah.
I was just going through too much shit while I was out there. But then I moved back here, and I just started fucking with it more. I got a Sony A6400. Kind of didn't really like it that much, so I didn't use it much. It just didn't seem like it was enough. And then I picked up the Sony A7R II, and from there, just was kind of history with that. I just went
crazy with it.
Yeah, once I got that, it was like motivated the hell out of me. I just wanted to go crazy with it.
And then I'm sure whenever I was getting into stuff more, like whenever I finally learned how to shoot manual, that was like a huge thing that I was like, oh, it just all like clicked in my brain at one point, and I was like, I know how this works now. Mm-hmm. I can do a lot more than I thought I could before. Yeah,
I didn't even start out in auto at all. I went straight to manual because I was like,
that was my problem. I couldn't get myself to do it because I was so stubborn to like not want to teach myself.
Facts, yeah, I feel that for sure.
Yeah, that's one thing when you get into any profession that you're in. Don't ever stop trying to learn. Do not think that you're a wizard until you are a wizard. Like, and you are not anything until you are a wizard. Like, until you can go and do this stuff with, relative ease.
Even whenever you turn into that wizard, just remember you're a level 1 wizard. You still gotta
keep getting better, man. Keep getting better. There's always somebody better than you, so that means you can get better. It's in you. You know what I mean? You just gotta do it.
Luckily for me, whenever I didn't really like push myself to learn manual. I went to school, and that was where I learned manual, which I obviously didn't need school to do that. But luckily for me, my drive and passion was really there for it, and that pushed through the not really wanting to teach myself part of it, which I don't know if that would happen for a lot of people. If you get frustrated with something and you just give up, that could have been an instance, but I'm glad that was not my instance.
Yeah, for sure.
But
what you want to talk about first?
Oh yeah, so
how'd you come?
Yeah, how you start?
Oh yeah. I mean, back when Rello and I did my interview a little while ago, I talked more about it, but I'll just give like a brief little summary. So basically, I've been skateboarding since I was like 12 or so.
Same.
And and Rello skates. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I love to see this tall ass nigga skate.
I didn't skate. I just would I had like a penny board that was like as big as my foot.
I was about to say you probably need 2 of them.
Yeah. Yo, but no, I was just
they made the penny nickel, but they made the penny quarter. No, they made a penny longboard. I forgot about that. Did you ever see that?
No.
There's a penny longboard.
Yeah. That would have been fun.
Crazy. No, but yeah, so yeah, we skated. I had my camera, and I would just film. And then I tore my ACL in 2016.
What?
Skateboarding.
Damn.
Yeah, so the ledge was right here. I guess I never talked about this. The ledge was right here, and I landed the nose slide and got a picture, and I was like, well, let me do it again so we can get another picture. And my boy Connor was shooting it for me, and I think I still have the picture somewhere of the one I did before I totally wrecked my leg. But my board and right leg went over the ledge, and my left knee smacked into the ledge. So I'm over here laying on the grass, like basically crying because I'm in so much pain. And then I like look up at Connor, and I'm like, yo, I'm going to the beach in a week. You think I'll be good by then? And he was like, yeah, you'll be good, bro. And I was like, all right, bet. And I'm just like still just laying there in pain. And then we went to like his random friend's house where I just like sat on their floor and iced my leg. Such an interesting memory. And then about a week went by. We went to the beach. My knee still hurt. It was like, it felt a little bit better, but not great. So in total, about 2 months went by before I got an MRI.
Oh, what?
Because it didn't like, most people when they tear their ACL, it like pops. Yeah. But mine didn't pop. I don't even know if mine tore whenever I actually hit that ledge. I think it tore through just walking on it over time. Like I think it was close and it just kept going until it wore itself down or something. Yeah. So I was like barely using my left leg. The muscle wasn't there at all. I mean, it was there. That was an exaggeration, but it was like, it was a lot less than it was. Right. So then, yeah, I finally got surgery on it, and then I couldn't skate for like, they said like 9 months. I think I started skating again after like 6. So that sucked, especially because that was like in the pinnacle of whenever I was skating like all the time. Like that was all I would do. But luckily that was whenever I started to get more of the interest within the filming. So we had an indoor skate park near us called Underground, RIP. They had to shut it down a little while ago. But actually like 3 or 4 years ago now. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, I would just pull up there with the camera and just film people. And I have like, I think 5 videos on my old YouTube channel from that park. And I would just go there and just film for like 2-3 hours just because that's what I wanted to do. Yeah. And I liked the editing, and I was bored because I couldn't really do much with my leg.
Right.
Yeah, so then after that, I shot my first music video. And I didn't really. His name was Dalty Fresh. Shout out Dalty. He's actually English's like one of his best friend. And yeah, Dalty was super cool. I think we talked about doing the video, and then I just pulled up. They're out in Perry County, so they like him and Fad have known each other for a long time too.
That's where he from?
Perry County.
Perry County.
Yeah. Fad should just make country music, but. But yeah, so I went out there, we shot it, I edited it the next day during school, and then I think he gave me his YouTube login and we just dropped it. And it got like 3,000 views or something. And yeah, it was actually did pretty good. And I remember he had like a whole cult within his school, because he did like Dalty Fresh shirts, and it was like a Marlboro pack with like his name on it or something. They were crazy. But yeah, so then, I don't know, probably like
high school?
Yeah, they told people they couldn't wear them to the high school. Yeah. Then like a year went by and I shot, I watched, the Rude video that Skies did with Jandora, and I was like, I could actually maybe do this. And then I hit up Beemar, which was kind of funny because him and I used to skate too. And, I didn't know he made music. I think I just looked him up the one day on Instagram because I was like, what happened to him? And then found out he made music. So we just locked in, shot a video, and then just kept doing it after that. And then, yeah, ended up going to school. And then I knew the whole time, whenever I was in school, this is what I wanted to do. So I wasn't.
Where you go again?
It was the Academy for Media Production in Hanover. So yeah, it was like.
How you like Hanover?
It's dope. I mean, it's kind of like, the whole thing's kind of like the Carlisle Pike for the most part. It's not like that different.
It's fucking boring.
It's pretty boring too.
Spent a lot of time out there as a youngin'.
Yeah, but the school is dope. I definitely recommend it more so if you want to do photography. I don't know if, like what their courses have, how their courses have changed, but if you're looking for a good local school,
be like, yo, y'all need to hire me.
I've thought about it too. I thought that would be cool to be able to help teach a video course.
You're probably better than. I mean, I don't know who up in there. No offense to anybody, but
yeah, I mean, I think they more so focus on like commercial work and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're solid. They're a little bit older too, so
yeah.
I think our head teacher that runs the school, Bill, I'm sorry if I get this wrong, but I think he's around 60 or in his 50s now.
Once you get past 50, it's all the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a great photographer though. Very
50,
very
60,
talented
70,
with the flash photography. Yeah. But yeah, just kept running with it after that. And oh yeah, so what I was about to say before I went on a longer winded story than planned was whenever I want to talk about the ShootJoowce and I were on, whenever we came up with the name. And it was about a 14-hour day.
That was a long ass day.
It was crazy. I don't think I can talk too much about the video yet. Yeah. Because it's not scheduled to drop yet. But it was my first rock video. And Naku, I'm just gonna say your name, but not to really talk about the song. Thank you for again for trusting me with this one, and that was a great time. No matter how long the day was, I'm very glad about how the videos turned out. Just gotta make those final edits, but yeah. So Juice met me in my crib. We drove like an hour and a half to Baltimore. We got there like at the same time as the makeup girl, and then we got set up, waited for the other people to show up. I didn't really know what we were gonna do for the band shots there, but as him and I walked in the house. Oh, also hold up, flex for me with my parking.
Oh, you're nice with the parking.
In the Honda Pilot too.
What you doing? Parallel parking?
It wasn't parallel parking, but it was. I wedged myself in there.
Yeah.
Oh, we got pizza too that Juice thought was mid, but it was fire.
That pizza was mid as hell.
Pizza was good.
That cheese sucked.
I'm sorry.
Can't fuck with it.
I mean,
Shitty cheese.
oh, and we went to like this trapped out family. We went to this trapped out Family Dollar.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Where in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Man, it's Baltimore.
Yeah. The lady that was working, she was like, I'm coming. She was like, I'm coming over to this other cash register. I can't do cash or something like that. And then I paid with my card. I was good. And the dude behind us was like, I have this 20. And she was like, sir, I said I can't do cash. Just like with way more attitude than that.
We're about to
This
get
one.
a lot of that here soon.
Yeah, we'll see.
Straight card work. You better pull out your phone, Apple Pay. Go cash up in him.
Yo, for real.
Thanks.
Time for them beat. They finna know where everybody. They finna know what you spent. All that.
Yeah, but
ain't no cash. Cash shouldn't be like super, like exclusive.
Yeah, I don't like that. I rather use cash.
Hella bread too.
wait, hold on. Let me finish this real quick. Sorry.
We owe some bread. So.
We owe $13 billion to like outer space or something like that. Crazy. But
China.
no, hold on. Let me finish because I was still talking about the shoot day. So yeah, we shoot all the scenes in this one crib. We shot some scenes out back with the band that we came up kind of last minute, and then the next spot was an hour away in another part of Maryland. Ended up being like an hour and a half with traffic. Shot there, and then finished up there. Drove 2 hours back to Harrisburg to shoot at the White Wall at Ambition. Mm-hmm. So this was like my longest shoot day ever, I would say. And then the day after, I was just supposed to shoot a recap for the OIA show. Mm-hmm. And then De Niro was like, hey, can we shoot? And I was like, yeah, sure, just meet me out in Lank because that's where I'll be anyways. And he was like, all right, bet, yeah. So Juice and Darko came with me. And then right when we were about to start shooting De Niro's video, Cell and Backdoor Kobe hit me. And they're like, yo, can we shoot this video tonight? And I'm like, bruh, I just shot a 14-hour video yesterday. We're about to shoot this De Niro video right now. I got to go shoot this show recap. And then we're going to go back to Harrisburg and shoot another video. Like, this is probably the most I've ever done in a 24-hour span of time. But I was like, you know what? Whatever. Let's do it. So him and Darko trooped it out with me. We shot the De Niro video. And then we went to this bar called Decades. It's like a bar arcade.
That shit was fun.
Where was it?
In Lank.
In Lank?
Yeah, their drinks. What kind of drink did you get?
Fucking some espresso.
Yeah, and they like made it fog. They made the martini vape.
That shit was amazing. And we played fucking Mario Kart.
Yeah, we played Mario Kart on the Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
I forget what I had. One of the drinks was like out of a pouch.
You had a Kirby thing, didn't you?
I think so. It was called and then the one drink I had, it had like a ice cube,
the Dragon Ball Z thing.
That was what Darko had, but
that was it too.
No, I didn't have it too.
Yes, you did.
I tried it. I didn't have one though. Mine had the red heart in it.
Oh, I swear you got one first.
Nah, but the Dragon Ball Z one was dope because it had like a ball of ice, but it had something in it. Mm-hmm. So the dude like hit a hammer on it for him, and the thing just like exploded in the drink. Yeah. That was so cool.
Y'all had some little girly kind of shit.
Yeah.
Hey, it wasn't girly.
They're good.
It was creative.
Some kitty shit. Girly kitty.
It tastes good.
Yeah, it was, hey.
Y'all had some kitty drinks.
So what?
Hold on. I had an espresso thing. I didn't have no kitty joint.
Go ahead with the story.
I had an adult drink.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and then we went to the show. Yeah. Went to the show, saw you, some 17-year-old girls trying to give Darko their Snapchat, and he was like, no, don't talk to me. The OIA, the high school one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they came up to him, while you're sitting on stage.
Oh, they all left. All them kids left. All the kids left and then tried to come back.
Yeah,
because they tried to go get drunk. There wasn't no.
That's the funny thing, yo. He knew immediately that's like what they were gonna ask, and then they did, and he was like, "No, like that's so weird."
Yeah, you're not. I mean, I'm not letting no little kids drink. No,
she tried to say she was turning 18 soon too.
Yeah, she said she was like, "Oh, I turn 18 in 2 months," and I'm like, I wasn't standing there when it happened. I walked away out of secondhand embarrassment. And then he told me what she said. And I was like, that is
yo, if you can't
so
not
weird.
Drink or whatever for 3 hours, you a fucking fiend.
What are you talking about?
I'm just talking about kids. At that party, they was like, yo, they wanted to drink. Remember, all those kids had left. They went to another party.
I didn't know that.
And then they tried to come back because they had liquor there. But I'm like, what the fuck? We're not going to have no fucking drinks in no high school shit.
Shots in the parking lot.
That's on them. Yeah, you got to be smarter than that. But we not finna provide no shit. You fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. But it was a good show. It was a good show. It was a big ass venue. I wasn't expecting it to be that big.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was very confused about what it was when we went in because I just thought it was a normal show, and I didn't realize it was like a high school thing. And I was like, I've walked in and I was like, why does this look like a homecoming? Because all these kids are sitting down on the side right now, and this feels like when I was in high school. And then I realized, I was like, oh, that's what it is.
He didn't read the flyer.
It was. I didn't. They just told me to pull up, and I was like, yeah, I got you.
No one reads flyers anymore. Why is that? Why does no one read anymore? You put a flyer up, you put anything up, and people will be like, yo, where's this at? It says right there.
Yeah, I always try to put
what time is
big
this?
and bold at the bottom.
It says what time it is. Yo, what date is this? Yo, how can I get on this? It never fails. Every time. Yo, this dude, you had to make the check. Huh?
Sorry, I was checking the cameras real quick. Okay,
listen, that's
we got Baby Don checking on.
I used to do this by myself. That shit is excruciating.
Yeah. But yo, while we're on the topic of shows, how did yours go the other night?
It went very well. Linked Up Artist Showcase. Linked Up. I named it Linked Up because I don't want to have everything be named Connected. It doesn't have to be super redundant with that. So named it Linked Up because that's what I wanted to be for. So the first one, I just wanted to make it definitely be a free event and get some artists together and see who obviously is going to win that. But me, I was always interested to see who else was going to show up. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people showed up.
It was a good turnout. Yeah, I was surprised because I never heard of the venue before, but it was a good spot for it.
Shout out to Avocado Cafe. Shout out to my guy Tony. That spot has been around for a while. It just got under new ownership. Avocado Cafe has just taken over here recently.
Are we gonna be able to start to do more stuff there?
We definitely can. Before they really wasn't for that type of stuff going on there, but Tony and everyone at Avocado Cafe, they loved the event. Everything went perfect.
Yep.
So I think that'll be a nice chill spot to be able to do different type of events here in Chambersburg. It's cool because it's like right smack in town.
Yep.
But everything
and it has a good parking lot too.
Everything went well. A lot of people showed up. We got Baby Dawn. He showed up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Noah.
This is like the opposite today. I'm in front of the
Obi,
camera and Dawn's behind it.
23 showed up. That's the type of shit I like.
Yeah.
That's the type of shit I like because it's like, you know what I mean? When you get to see other people showing up and they're showing up to support, that should be meaning a lot, man.
That's tough.
That shit means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't be doing that. So when I see other people show up, other artists showing up in support, that they're not trying to get on stage, they're just there to support and just be in the mix. That's the type of stuff we need to be on. That's what they do in bigger cities. That's what we need to be on in this area. When someone throws an event like this, we need to pop out because what else is going on?
Right.
Nothing.
Well, this is what Genre and I've been talking about. We gotta make outside fun again. That's what he's been saying. So I think there was like a very big shift from the beginning of COVID to now,
100%.
where back then the videos weren't as great as they are now, but the shows were better. And now it's like all the videos for the majority of everybody are really solid, but we need to work on getting that show like repertoire built back up.
Yes. And you artists need to be on stage. Stop thinking because you're just making a song that you good enough. The song might be good enough, but that don't mean you can go perform it. You're gonna make your money by being on stage.
Yep. And that show the other night was great too, and it was cool to be a judge. So if y'all didn't make it out or didn't see anything about it, whatever, me, Zerby, and Bold were the judges for this one. Zerby and Bold are 2 engineers here, if y'all are unfamiliar with them. But that was cool. I think we all agreed pretty well together upon things. And first place we had OT Vaunt. Second place we had, who was the second place one again?
Lil JTX.
Lil JTX, sorry. I forgot for a second. And then third place was SNS Keem.
Yeah. Vaunt won it. Vaunt hitting me up is like, yo, man, Rello, man, I want this shit, man. Like, if there's anything that I need to do, like, let me know. Like, you could just tell. He gets there and it's like, when Vaunt come out, it's like you might not even know a song and just feel like an anthem, though.
Yeah.
He bring his guys, like,
I've never heard him before.
To bring your guys, bring your people. Your people are going to come and support.
I never heard his music, but he is on my show on the 18th, too. And I do want to give just a good shout out to him, too, because I went over to JTX to say what's up because I knew him from past shows, and he was on my last one, too. And then Vaunt came up to me. It was my first time meeting him, dapped me up, like super good energy and everything. And then he starts performing, and he's like spraying the silly string and throwing up confetti and stuff like that. And I was like, yo, this is dope because it matched the music too.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like he was trying too hard to be something that he not. Because he had the crowd lit, and he still had like homies up there with him. Yeah. So it wasn't just like he was like his homies were in the crowd getting the crowd lit.
Yeah.
And
that means a lot when you got those type of guys with you.
I also like that he said he was gonna clean up all the stuff that they threw, and they actually
really
did. Yeah.
Shout out Vaunt, man.
And wait, and I got one more.
No one asked him to do that.
I got one more, and the last one is of how supportive he was of all the other performers.
Yes.
Because I would see him on the side, and we just make eye contact, and he was just like turning up, watching the other people getting hype, building off their energy.
He like this, on the side, it's somebody else's song.
It was dope. It was dope, to say the least, and I'm excited to have him on my next show as well.
And I was talking about this with my homie earlier, DJ 270 out of Hagerstown. He live in LA now. Shout out to my guy. We were just talking about it earlier. Man, it's okay to show love to your homie. It's okay to show love to your guys. Everything is not a competition. Everything is not that, man. We all here trying to do the same thing. And you know what I'm saying? We all going for the same thing. Ain't none of us ahead of anyone until we get up there to that point where we know, like, I'm definitely up there. Ain't none of us at that point for the most part. So it's like we gotta do a better job of, like, I know personally, especially once it came to 2023, I wanted to do a better job of, like, letting my homies and people I'm around know when they're doing something good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. If they're doing a good job, I like something, I ain't holding it back.
Yeah.
If I hear something and I'm like, yo, that sound good, it's not just going to be a thought in my head like, damn, that sound good. I'm going to let them know, like, yo, that sounds good, man.
That's that type of shit that'll boost their confidence.
Yes.
It'll make them want to do it more.
Yes.
Positive reinforcement.
Right. Most definitely. I've been big on that because it's just like, it comes back too. That type of energy, it just keeps bouncing back because you give that energy and they're like, damn, bro's really enthusiastic about this.
Yeah.
And they're going to give that energy right back to you. Right back to you. And so you're going to feel good like, yo, what the fuck? Like, yo, this is dope, man. We're getting some work done.
Facts.
This is just all positive work.
Yeah.
And Vaunt did a real good job of that. I definitely commend him and appreciate that energy coming from him.
Yep.
JTX in a second. I yelled at JTX before his set.
Why?
Because I didn't know it was from Hagerstown. He sends me a set. JTX always sends me a set. I'll be like, yo, send me your songs. And he'll send me a SoundCloud playlist. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? He just makes me do all the work. Like, yo, why can't you do this? And send me the actual tracks. So little JTX, he always has me download the shit. But now look, And it's like Lil JTX, Hagerstown, Maryland. I don't know where I thought he was from, but I didn't know he was from 20 minutes away. So I'm like, yo, let's come to the studio.
Which is even crazier because he was driving out to Harrisburg for those shows, too.
He looks at me and he's like, I can come to the studio? And I'm like, yeah, you can come to the studio. And he's like, yo, I just been wanting a studio, bro. I'll be recording all my songs off the phone. I'm like, bro, if your stuff sound this good and you record it off your iPhone, like, yo,
get in the booth.
Yeah, bro, your song's gonna sound great.
Yeah.
Your song's gonna sound great.
Yeah.
Shout out Lil JTX. He always brings a lot of energy.
Yeah, he's been super supportive too. He hits me in the DM sometimes.
Yeah,
you can say
good folks, man. Positive energy, man. You guys are gonna win, man.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are gonna win. People are gonna help you win. When you're positive like that, people are going to assist you. They're going to want to see you win.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? When you're giving that type of energy, why would I want to see somebody like that as a good person, making good music, and just being overall good? Like, I'm going to want to see you win.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Ooh, we had third. Keem was third.
Yeah, SNS Keem. Yep, yeah. Yeah, I've really liked his performance a lot because I feel like he's got that. Well, he went up there by himself.
Yes.
Which was cool because I think a decent amount of people went up there by themselves, but I think he really like rocked out and didn't let anything phase him throughout his performance.
Yes.
And he had that good trendy sound and it was executed well too. That like the can autumn summers sound like that.
Yeah.
And then just the fit with the aesthetic and the songs and the way he carried himself.
Yeah.
It was all very good, and I was a fan of that performance a lot as well.
Keem's one of my favorites, man.
Yeah.
I like Keem a lot.
I never heard of him until that night, but I definitely am a fan after that for sure.
Yeah, he comes. He you could tell once he gets like a following and he gets on them bigger stages. He gonna go crazy.
Yeah,
he's just ready for that raging type crowd. He needs to go out to LA.
Yeah, that's what I was about to talk about next. So we didn't talk about LA yet. So that's a perfect transition to that.
Segue, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm on it without even knowing.
Juice had a great time.
Hey,
I'm just kidding.
Stuck in Pennsylvania.
But yeah, so
Juice was stuck in Pennsylvania. This will not happen again. Anytime
Hell no.
we go
way.
somewhere like that, we're gonna make sure Juice makes his way with us.
We gonna pay for his ticket.
Hey, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna make sure his ass ain't at work or none of that.
We're gonna call out for him and he won't know. We say, oh, sorry, Juice is in the hospital. He's gonna be out for like a week.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
He's getting spinal surgery.
Yeah. LA was dope.
Well, no, so I got to run it back real quick because you got a little swifty on us, kind of. I don't know why I used a Rick and Morty term, but no. So I forget who all was here. I think it was like me, Chaz, Fad, Darko, and Zerby. I think that was it. Yeah. And then Rello was like, "Yeah, y'all need to come out to LA," and then he made a group chat because we were all serious about it. Yeah. And then he told us the dates, and we were like, bet, let's get it booked. And then Don ended up coming as well, because I told him about it. And then his boy, Otto Da Vinci, I mean, he's all our boy now, but he came as well. So there was, 8 or 9 of us? Whatever that adds up to. And our boy English also. So, yeah, I think it was, I don't know, 8 or 9, whatever that is. So Rello basically told us these dates because Skies had the LA show out there, but he didn't tell us about the show. So then we found out about the show after we booked it, and we were like, oh, that's fire. Yeah. So that was dope.
Yeah. I like, because it's cool going out to LA, but if you go out to LA without like a real like solid plan, you're just going to be out there spending money.
Right. Yeah, we were doing pretty good though, because I think all of us are like, we were very work oriented and knew that we wanted to get stuff done while we were out there. And yeah, 3 of the videos need some more shots back here that we're going to figure out, but all in all, we got 7 videos done.
Damn.
That's a lot of videos.
Yeah, in my head, for some reason, I was thinking 10, but it was cool because I felt like we were kind of piecing them together as we went, and it wasn't like we were being overworked or like overworking ourselves because we were still having a good time. And like part of my idea is as a good time is being productive and like wanting to capture these things too. So
for sure.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Yeah, that was a dope trip. The one thing I got to share with y'all though is the review we got on our B&B. I just got to find it real quick.
I'm banned from Airbnb.
I'm about to.
Yo, y'all tripping, man. I need my yo, all I ever did was just spend money with y'all. I need my account back. I can go browse on Airbnb, but I can't book nothing. That's crazy.
What the fuck you get banned for?
You can't make one with a new email?
Huh?
You can't make one with a new email?
You gotta send in your ID.
I didn't get banned. I just got a bad review.
I'm banned. They will not.
Yeah, what did you do?
Toro, all that. I'm a felon. They don't let felons be on.
Oh, that is lame.
I'm like, yo, that shit was hella long ago.
You hear him. If you need some ops taken out, hit Rello.
Not a violent felon.
Just kidding.
Not a violent one.
He's like one of the nicest DJs.
Yes.
I think. Actually, I guess I don't know too many DJs, so you could be mean compared to a lot of these people.
Speaking of being mean, we're gonna go back to that show. A lot of people have asked me, like, damn, man, for my show, the Linked Up Showcase, okay, we had 300 Reem and Tay Joseph host. These are both my guys, my homies, my close homies. Tay Joseph, shout out to Tay. A lot of times Tay will be off the shits at a lot of these shows.
Just Tay?
Hold on. But this one, Tay was on his best behavior, and he did a very good job. Shout out to my guy, Tay Joseph. This time, I was digging in Reem's ass, and people did not understand that. No freaking crazy. No, I ain't. Listen, man. I definitely don't got the pause.
You got the booty crumbs out of there and everything.
I don't got the pause. Not a thing for sure. We're not even gonna get in. We're not gonna get into that. But I definitely don't got the pause. Nothing. I don't got to do that.
Reem he's just happy to be there.
Reem was. I told him. I said, bro, you're terrible. Bro made. At a all age event, he made a shooting reference. For one,
he definitely did.
Made a shooting reference. Mind you, we're doing this event across the street from the courthouse. He made a shooting reference. That was one. I'm like, yo, Reem, what the fuck are you talking about? You're talking about somebody shooting, and then proceeds. This is what really had me tight. Behind me, behind the DJ booth, is all just homies. Majority of us black men, and Reem gets on the mic and is like, y'all niggas this, y'all niggas that. I'm like, yo, if you do not stop calling me and all these fucking black dudes a nigga in front of all these people, bro, I'm like, yo, bro, you got to chill, bro.
We got old white moms in there and shit.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, bro? This is not the place for that. There's kids in here. I'm like, yo, Reem's saying the craziest shit. Yeah, these bitches, y'all niggas need to get up. And I'm like, yo, my man just performed. He's 8. Why are you using this crazy ass profanity?
Speaking of which,
bro was 8.
That little kid performed?
He was 8.
I didn't even see that one.
Bro was 8 and performed. My man was cussing crazy around, bro.
With him performing, what was dude's name that brought him out again?
Who? You talking about Money Los the kid?
Yeah, Grimlock brought him out,
Grim.
Right? Okay, bet, yeah. Well, one shout out to Grimlock because that was really cool.
That was super fucking dope, Grim.
Yeah, definitely deserve your flowers on dope. That. But the other thing that happened was everybody was very attentive to whenever Lil Dude was performing.
Yes.
But MBG gathered some of his homies that were standing in the back and hopped in the crowd and were hyping bro up whenever he was performing, and that was like one of my favorite things that I saw on that because that was so
like,
dope.
yo, you can't, like, yo,
that kid's never gonna forget that either.
Right. He's not gonna forget that. Yo, you were etched in that kid's life. He's not ever gonna forget that. He's gonna remember them like, damn, I remember them. They went and turned up at my set at that show. Speaking of,
that could have been a make or break moment for him too, because I mean he's young, so obviously
at least a huge impression.
Yeah, like you don't know if you would stay with something like that when you're that young, anyways. But that could be something that like keeps going through his head as he gets older. Like, oh yeah, I could really do this, something like that. I don't know. It's just some. It was really cool to see.
That was real dope to see and experience for sure. It's funny you say that. Before we even started the podcast, his mom hit me up on a DM and was like, yo, he had the time of his life. He was like, he can't wait to do the next one. He was like, he was happy that he ain't forget none of his lyrics and shit like that. I'm like, yo, that's dope.
That was awesome.
Already looking forward to the next one. So that's fire. It's fire being able to being able to get a kid involved.
Yeah. So this B&B review.
Yeah, get to that.
You guys are gonna have some questions after I read it.
I just know y'all did it dirty.
Oh wait, this is my apology. Hold on.
Oh, I need to hear that afterwards.
He said, Tanner did not follow the house rule and entered the garage. The house was unusually messy. They spread small ketchup packets all over the house and hid it everywhere, like behind TV, under the couch, under the TV console.
It's funny that they found all of this.
But no, between books, inside the pool table pockets, inside flower vases, etc. All garbages were on the floor, not even taking the trash can garbage outside. I do not recommend him at all. I got 1 star. So let me start with the garage, right? So Zerby and Darko come inside, and they're like, "Yo," so their garage door was just kind of like open, and now we can't get it to close. And I was like, okay. So I looked at the padlock, like I have one of those at home, and I was like, oh yeah, you should just do it like this, and it didn't work. And I was like, all right, well, we're not just gonna leave this door like unlocked and open because it didn't even like stay shut. So I did a trick my dad taught me, because he has his carpet garage, so he would have to do this from time to time, where you go inside, lock the door, and then shut the garage door, but then step over the laser. So I did that. I just locked the door. I was like, whatever. I didn't even see them say about the no garage thing, which I mean would kind of make sense because they had stuff in it. But I was like, I'm gonna just lock their door for them, whatever. The ketchup packets were actually Taco Bell packets. I was the first one to fall asleep the night we got there. And apparently everybody went out to Taco Bell, and English through the drive-thru was like, yeah, can we have like 72 packets or something like that? And they actually gave them a bunch of packets. So I say as a joke the next day, I'm like, yo, this cleaning fee in this crib is like $350. We should spread these around the house for them to find. And then
$350 cleaning fee.
Was that worth it?
They're smacking.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
is that a lot? That's
a
lot. Felt like a lot. Yeah. So, that was my first time booking with B&B. So this is my only review on here.
Yeah, just fucked you up forever.
Yeah. I gotta find one person that gives me a chance and will give me a good review, but
not gonna happen.
Yeah, I doubt that. Yeah,
not a fucking mansion in LA.
Definitely not. We gonna have somebody else book it under their name next time.
That's pretty fucking sad.
But yeah, so English and Zerby actually went and hid all the packets around the house because I said it as a joke, and then they actually went and did it, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess this just happened. So then, I guess I'm surprised that people found them in between the books, and then there was one that ended up like in the light in front of the door. It was like a curved glass, and the opening was at the top. And they like swished one in there. But yeah, trash was everywhere because we just didn't clean it up, and yeah. It was.
Bro said, "Fuck it."
I was in there. I was chefing it up every morning. Though I made everybody an egg sandwich each morning.
Everywhere.
Yeah, that was crazy. And then not crazy, but I went home and I made myself an egg sandwich the next morning, and I was like, "Wow, this is way easier making one than making 8 of these." It took so much less time. But yeah, that was our review. So my apology was
probably lied.
No, it was a good apology. I mean, I had to finesse it a little bit, but I said, just wanted to apologize about how we ended up leaving the house. It was inappropriate, and we're all sorry. I did see the note entering the garage, but my friend who first opened the door did not, and the door would not lock from the outside, so I locked it from the inside and stepped over the garage door sensor. The ketchup packets was something I was unaware of as well. I believe somebody thought of it as a dumb joke, and as for the mess and the trash, we should have thought more about that throughout the week and kept up with it instead of letting it pile up. Once again, just wanted to apologize, and I'm sorry for causing any headaches.
She don't give a fuck.
Nah.
Well, yeah, they messaged me back.
Oh, what they said? They don't give a fuck?
Hi, Tanner. Thank you for your message. Honestly, you were the only guest who left the house like that. The cleaner worked on it for about 8 to 10 hours and charged me twice the price I charged you. You should be thoughtful more for your next stay with Airbnb. Thank you, and have a good one. Bro, I felt so bad. When they sent me that first message, I felt so bad. Because I was like, man, we really could have cleaned up.
would make sure your ass was banned.
I know it wasn't good.
Like, yo, no, fuck that.
Now we're gonna have somebody else book, and they're gonna get all the good reviews from here on out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I think this was a good first episode.
We're gonna talk about your show.
Oh yeah, my show.
Come on, man. Before we get up out of it, we gotta talk about your show.
So yeah, I had my first show October 13th at BLV. It was a 15-person showcase. I really like doing the showcases because, like there's a lot of, I would say, top carrier artists around here, but there's also a lot that not a lot of people know of, and I want to also be known for doing shows instead of just music videos.
Yeah.
And I want people to be able to find my videos from the shows and be like, oh, he does videos too. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm kind of starting to dabble into that more. But yeah, I was really stressed. Drank a little too much at the show, and that did not help because, well, I mean, it kind of helped with the stress, but I was also just running around talking to everybody the whole time. But yeah, everybody killed it. I like being able to give out prizes to the winners and stuff too. And because whenever, well, Rello and I just did this for his show too. But whenever I do the shows, the first place winner, they're always going to get a free music video. And that's what I really like because, I mean, I wouldn't say my prices are like much higher than like the average or anything like that. But I like to give people a chance to invest in themselves to get something that they may not potentially be able to get without that experience, if that makes sense.
Most definitely, it's all a good thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Look at it like, yo, we are culture carriers. Like, we're carrying like this culture for like, the artists. Obviously, are huge parts of it, but like the DJ, the videographer, the photographer, like we're all very integral parts of this shit. Without us, like the artist is just an artist for
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I love the fact that you're doing shows and. It's keeping artists motivated. They want to be on stage. They want to be seen. They want their peers to see them. They want their peers to hear them. Like, and for us to be able to keep providing these shows, I'm always a big proponent of the show. I feel like the show aspect helped me and definitely helped Skies get to the next level.
Facts. And he's a great.
I didn't have that practice, and I didn't have those times when I was DJing for 30 people, 50 people, 75, 100 people. I never was going to be prepared when I got in front of them big crowds. Yeah,
he's a great performer too. Just like the amount of stamina he can bring to a stage, I feel like is nuts because that man will just run around back and forth on stage for an hour straight. Yeah. Go back, take some sips of water, right back to it.
Who had the best energy? Who had the best energy at my show, you feel like?
Oh wait, I wanted to say one more thing about that. Bro performed Rage and then ran it back again. Yeah, that's a 3.5 minute song.
I ran it back.
He performed for 7. You ran it back. What you feel me? But performed that song for 7 minutes straight. That's nuts. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, no, that is true. But he can do it. I've been seeing him do it. I've been seeing him do it for a long time. He
makes it look easy. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
It's just natural.
He's a good performer.
Facts.
It's a very good performer.
But sorry, what was your question about your show?
Who you think was the best performer?
Best performer. I mean,
like just like could control, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I'm not gonna lie, because I know you mentioned him at the show as well, and he didn't end up being one of the winners. But Jimmy did a great job. Yeah. XO Jimmy, he brought. I felt like he brought like a new vibe to the audience because he does more of like a pop punk style.
Yeah.
And
yeah, by himself.
I think he really. There wasn't that many white performers at this one, was there?
No, it was like him, Finn, Protege,
and Moral.
Yeah. I guess that's a decent amount.
Yeah, 4 out of 15 or 4 out of 14.
That's 13, not bad.
13,
like that, yeah,
whatever.
Like that.
Yeah, but
and
no,
Blake couldn't make it.
Bro, I'm telling you though, but Blake is he's a natural because when we shot his first video, I I normally don't like starting with a tripod shot. I normally like starting with like a gimbal or a handheld shot to kind of get people like a little more engaged with the camera. But I was like, yeah, this tripod shot is going to look dope. Let's just start with this. And bruh just was like so natural in front of the camera. Just like hand movements, cadences, everything. Like,
yeah, you could tell he studies.
Yeah.
It's not even the fact that he studies, but he picks up on stuff maybe without even knowing he's picking up.
Mm-hmm. He's a good kid too. I like him a lot.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Shout out to Blake. Blake, he gotta get outside.
Well, he needs to get his license so he can get outside.
He young boy. Yeah, you gotta get your license. All that shit taken care of as soon as possible, my brother. Don't hesitate on that shit. There's no problem with you becoming a young adult. Don't hesitate on that shit.
For sure.
Oh, here we go. I was trying to find the questions. So we got a couple questions. I posted something.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I posted something earlier today. Just so that we were doing the podcast tonight. So our first question is why marketing is important.
Marketing is very important because now it's like people want to know who you are. And they don't know who you are unless you're either huge already or you market yourself. Mm-hmm. Everything now is like, you got to figure like Instagram is your website. And you got to figure, I look at it like every event that I go to, I use it as a job interview. Every event that I go to, I want to do so good at that event that somebody else wants me at their next event. So I'm not just making money at that event. I'm promoting myself to get money for future. Mm-hmm. So
I think one of the best things about us is that, well, me and Juice especially, is that our work kind of like not promotes itself. It like
low key.
What's the word I'm looking for right now?
Yeah, I think that's
advertises. Yeah. Our work advertises itself because you see it and it's like, that's fire. I want that type thing. So, yeah, I would definitely agree with what you said about that, too. I think there's a lot of tools that you can utilize out there, too, whether it's like, I mean, all of them typically cost money.
Yeah.
It depends, like, what you can afford and where you think is best to put your money, but there's just Instagram pages you can pay to get posted on. You just got to be careful, figure out which ones are the good ones.
Don't just be scrolling on these sites, man. Use them shits to your
you really got to look. I mean, there's Instagram ads, Google ads for your videos.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that you can utilize right now. I think the best thing to do is just like put in that research and figure out. But I mean, it's like, I don't know, Genre and I were talking the one day about something, and it's like if you go somewhere and it's like 5 new people hear your music, that's 5 new people that heard your music. Yeah. And that's a W
for you.
Yeah, if they like it, that's a W.
They're going to spread it. If they like that shit, they're going to let somebody else know.
Yeah, that 5 will turn to 10, that 10 will turn to 20, so forth.
For sure.
And speaking of Genre, he actually was the one that asked the next question, and his was, what constitutes a great local artist? I think using the word local in there was good, because I feel like a lot of people are a little more limited to what they can do out here. Or just, I mean, anywhere around, like South Central PA area for that matter. 'Cause it's not big out here. Harrisburg isn't Philly. It's like, 1/20th of the size of Philly, maybe.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Harrisburg, all the way out, Chambersburg, Hagerstown, Lank, Leb, York, Ship, whatever. Yeah, but I mean, I think there's, Juice, do you have anything that you think would help make a local artist better? What would better themselves?
I think it just needs to be someone, I think in order to succeed with that, you have to be really tapped in with your community. I feel like there's a lot of people, kind of like how we were talking about earlier, there's a lot of people who are afraid to support each other. A lot of people are afraid that if they support someone, they're going to give their shine away to them, I feel like.
Yeah.
So that takes away from them. But building those connections and making a community allows you to grow. And it just helps those people to grow too. Like, it all just benefits you, but a lot of people are just scared to do that. They just want it all for themselves.
As far as me with local artists, like, what was the question?
what constitutes a great local artist? We kind of started to bend the question a little bit.
Good. Like, to me, when you get a good local artist, obviously you gotta have the music. And then when I see you, I want to see them perform. Mm-hmm. I definitely want to see a local artist perform. And it's not that I need you to be the greatest thing ever on stage, but I need you to not be scared. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I need you to not be scared. I need you to know your music and perform your music. It's very easy to practice performing at home.
Yeah. I say that about people with their videos, too, when they practice hand motions and
it's
cadences.
Way easy. And talking and getting your words together, you can do that shit just you. You don't even have to have a mirror. Just go. Ask anything. You want to feel like you want to practice being on a podcast, ask yourself some questions and figure out, I need to answer like that. I don't need to answer a couple minutes later. Let me do it right now. Practice for sure. And then with a local artist, I want to see them like people got to know you. If you're a local artist, somebody got to know you.
You got to make yourself memorable.
Yeah.
And the other thing is like, cause there's a big thing about your art, whenever you want to stay true to yourself. Mm-hmm. But you also need to figure out who your audience is and what they would like to hear from you. So I would say along with that, you can stay true to yourself, but you shouldn't be afraid to mold yourself to engage with a crowd a little bit better. So say you're a singer performing at a mostly rap show. I would assume most of the time some of them would have like some more maybe rap-esque songs, but not fully rap. That might be what you want to pick for that, just to engage with that type of crowd a little bit better, if that's what they came there to listen to. Mm-hmm. But I think most people nowadays are a little more open to what they would hear.
Yeah, for sure. Most definitely. You got any more you want to ask?
Speaking of Blake, he said, "What's the best thing about music as a whole?"
To be honest, it's music hella it's motivation for me. I wake up and it's like, if I have to wake up, like let's say I gotta wake up and wash some clothes and dry them and fold them, let me get those headphones.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you say I have to do all that without the headphones and I have to do it with like TV in the background, I'm gonna be like,
laundry.
Do I want to do this? It's gonna seem like I'm dragging.
I'm gonna fuck around and just watch TV.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not even gonna do it. Like, so it's like music it'd be a lot of motivation for me. Mm-hmm. It's like certain shit is like, man, I'll be asleep. I'll wake up in the middle of the night, take a piss. I'll get in bed and be like, I can't wait to listen to this song when I wake up.
I swear to God.
I can't wait to listen to this motherfucking song when I get up, bro.
I can't even imagine life without music in general. Like, even just waking, like you said, waking up in the morning, being on some shit. Like, my ride to work would be so weird and silence, but I need that to motivate me to like, get going for the day. Yeah,
seriously. Most definitely. It have to happen.
See, I feel like I'm almost in a complete opposite boat right now, where I feel, and this is something I wanted to touch on too, so this is perfect, but I feel like I've just been really bored with music lately.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. And I'm sorry I'm bringing up genre once again, but him and I had like a really good conversation about this the other day. And I started talking about it, and he added in a really good thing that I'm going to say in a second. But the first thing I said was, I think around from 2016 to 2018, that's when music was getting really experimental. And all these new artists were popping up, especially 2018. That was when the SoundCloud era really took off. Mm-hmm. And that was great. That was probably like one of the most times I've been excited about music and learning about new artists, and then just finding random SoundCloud songs. And I still love that. Just finding random songs with like 10 likes that are like, this is hard.
Right.
But yeah, so, and then he threw in the fact whenever I said I was talking about that, whenever I was talking about that, I said I thought over time all those sounds kind of started to blend together. Because it's like, you notice whenever Pump first broke out with like D-Rose, Broke My Wrist, songs like that, he had to start to conform to more of like the mainstream sound, because he was signed to a label, that's what they needed him to do. And I mean, Gucci Gang blew up. So, I mean, that's a good part of that, but I think a lot of the sounds just started to blend together over time and kind of lose their uniqueness.
Yeah.
But then what Genre said was a lot of these artists as well have passed away too, like over the years. Like, I mean, X, Juice, Peep, Mac, PNB, plenty more, sadly, and it's insane. Take off, yeah. WAPO, just so many.
You gotta listen to this. You gotta go. What I do when I feel like that, you gotta dig. You gotta go back in the bag. Like, you gotta listen to some old shit.
That's what I've been doing a lot lately.
You know what's crazy? I was in the car with Chaz the other day, and I was like, the first thing that made me feel something the other day in a while, it was DJ's Got Us Falling in Love Again.
That's crazy.
And then he was like, bro, I got you. And he had a playlist he made like a week or two prior with just all the songs from like that area. And I was like, this is crazy that we were both thinking about this.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to, you know what I mean? You just gotta listen to some old shit that you're like, damn, I used to fucking love this song. And then you get back and it just puts you back in like a good mood. Like,
music was just so different then too.
Bro,
it was like,
it's never gonna be like that again, ever. Something about it then just touched you in a whole different way than it does now.
That's because people was just putting out the art.
Yeah.
Yo, you want to make this album tonight? Let's do it. Me and Baby Dawn, we making this album tonight. We're putting that shit out in the morning.
Juice and Future with World on Drugs. That's exactly what they did.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they was doing. That be the beauty of it, because it's like we're not even thinking about it. Let's just make it and put that shit out.
Yep.
And we're gonna see what they think. And if they think that shit is fire, then that shit's fire.
Right.
We're not even gonna give it time to think like, damn, do I really like that song, yo, that we just did last night?
Yeah.
Like, nah, let's.
You know what's crazy is I listen to World on Drugs like twice a day for like a week straight, trying to figure out if I liked that project or not.
Yeah.
And then by the end of that week, I was like, yeah, I know all the words to all these songs, so I think I like the project.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't know, it was just so unique. It was the first time that I saw them be like, oh, we're recording this, dropping it tomorrow morning. And I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, you can tell, it's just some shit that you just, that album was just, no, let's just make this shit.
Yeah.
Let's just make it, and let's just make the art. It wasn't a lot of thought behind it. And sometimes, like now, especially since we can make so much money, and it's easy to make money off of dropping, everybody wants to be like, nah, I can't put that out. I need a plan. I need a rollout. I need this. And it's like, yeah, for some of that shit you do, but it's like still okay to just release, like, music is art.
Yeah,
like,
especially at a low level too. Like, if you want to run it back and shoot a song that you dropped months ago, it's like,
you can always do
it, because at the end of the day, who's gonna know if it's a year goes by, whatever? Who's gonna know that you waited that long to shoot it, and who's even gonna know if you dropped it already? Like, some people might have not even noticed that you dropped it. You drop it with a video, they'll be like, oh, that's hard,
right? Yeah.
So
for sure, most definitely.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've just been kind of listening to like a lot of the friends, homies' music, and just random stuff from here and there. I don't know. I think the other weird thing about me is like, it's hard for me to listen to new music because I don't know what I'm listening to, and I like a sense of familiarity.
Oh gosh, do you know what you're sounding like?
I don't know.
Old.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what fucking happens to old people. They stop listening to shit. They stop listening. This is what I like. This new shit sucks.
I never said any of it sucked.
I know, but that's how old people.
But hold on, while we're talking about new music though, the song with how do you say her name? Pink Panthers? Mm-hmm. The song with Juice is making a weird face. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, kinda.
She just dropped the song with Ice Spice.
I didn't.
That song is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that song is
good,
fantastic.
Really?
Yeah,
yes.
bro, this shit's hard as
that is like a modern.
You're talking about Interlude.
Yes. And no. It's that was a solo song. This one was called He's a Liar or something like that. Boy's a Liar.
Boy's a Liar, yeah.
Oh wait, I feel like I kinda heard it a little bit.
It's great. And it's like, because they both have such differing sounds, but I think what was cool was I'm pretty sure they used Ice Spice's normal cameraman, and Pink Panthers is from the UK, so I think they shot it in New York too. So what she did was get Ice Spice in the song, use her cameraman to appeal to Ice Spice's audience. But what I didn't know is that Pink Panthers has like 16 million monthly listeners on Spotify.
Sheesh.
Bro,
Ice
you're
Spice is like
jamming
7.
overseas. That's why I can't wait.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Overseas me for sure. I don't care. I'll stay over there. Ain't no disrespect to America. I want dual citizenship for real.
Yeah.
No kizzy.
No cap.
I'm gonna figure out how to make that happen. I'm gonna figure out, man. I need to go over there, have a baby.
Okay. Run it.
I'm pretty sure that's how you could do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get your green
for
card.
Sure. Definitely.
It's the baby dad green card.
Mm-hmm. We could just
I ain't
marry
got no
someone.
baby dad. I'm about to go over there and
Just marry someone.
I'm about to just move out there.
He's just
start
doing
the
too
whole
much.
family out
He just
there.
wants a kid.
No, I'm trying to get dual citizenship. I'm trying to be overseas. Like, where you about to go, brother? I'm about to go to
I'll take
London
care,
for
I'll take care
a
of
week.
this too while you're gone.
All right, man. That's how I'm about to be in Rome for the week, bro.
Yeah.
Rome would be crazy.
I'm telling you.
I need to go to Rome one day.
Let's go.
Yeah. Mexico's dope too.
Where
Yeah,
we
I've been
going?
there.
So is
Where
Puerto
we
Rico.
going? Well, I'm gonna put this before we go. Where are we going next? We're going to Atlanta.
We're going to ATL next month.
Hey, yeah, Atlanta
Yeah.
next. Yeah,
All right,
all right.
We're gonna put our hands in. We're going
Atlanta.
next month. JTR. There we go.
JTR.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
just take risks.
Yes, sir.
I'm so nice for
Yes,
that.
sir. But yeah, man, I think that's funny. I tried to end this like 20 minutes ago, and we just kept
It
running.
didn't happen.
So
It's
it's all good. Yeah, we didn't really have much of a plan for this tonight. I think we're all happy with how this first episode went. I think the direction that we're gonna go in is maybe not getting a guest every episode, but we want to start having guests on here where it's not like an interview, but it's more of just like a conversation where we learn more about them, but just talk about other stuff in general too. So it's not just us getting repetitive about things.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, if y'all watched us till the end, thank you for tuning in. JTR, Juice Rello, just taking risks. Maybe shirts at some point.
And
I don't know.
Sure.
Whole
Anything.
merch.
We'll
We're about
see.
to get a whole
Yeah.
fit for you. You dig?
Beanie's gonna go
JTR
crazy.
Whole
fit.
sweatsuit.
Better be dripped down with the JTR.
Yes,
kids.
sir. Yes, sir. But
Coming soon.
Yep. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hopefully, if any of y'all watch this till the end, see you next week.
See you next week.